welcome back. We haven't done one of these episodes in an extremely long time. The reason why I stopped doing it was because of Christmas and New Year, and then I wanted to get into the full swing of it again. And then all the stuff happened, and then I wanted to try and come back with something that can really help and really get people talking. And what a way to come back. We are back here today to discuss everything that's been going on with Reading FC since the last time I spoke to you. A lot has happened. A lot of things have changed. A lot of you guys will know what's been going on. There will be new people to this channel. We've gained a lot of subscribers over the past few weeks due to what's been going on and the vlog that I did. So it's very much aiming to the new people that are new here today. But not only that, to give a quick update of all the things, how I'm feeling about what's been going on with Reading FC at this precise moment. So, before we get into anything, and before we get into Reading FC, I want to do a quick thing that is a little bit about me. My name's Mark Talks Football. I also have one other channel called Mark Talks Wrestling. And on there, we're doing a new thing coming in a week or so's time with WWE 2K23. I have teamed up with two other people who will be general managers of their brand, and they will be bringing out new content where they are head of their programming. If you go over to Mark Talks Wrestling and hit the subscribe button, you will get notification for when those videos go live. It will be very, very soon, so make sure you go and check that out as well. Also, I have a new channel as well called Mark Talks Gaming. And in Mark Talks Gaming, we play random games and play other games that could potentially come about. The first game that will be dropping on the channel, which will be coming Monday, is Spider-Man 2. The game has been out for a while, but I haven't played it. I got it recently, and I want to play it for the viewers. We also have Fortnite Fridays that will be coming to that channel as well. Me and my brother will be teaming up, and we will be trying to win a game of Fortnite, as I have never won one before. So that is entertainment on its own. We have EAFC Saturdays, where me and my brother are doing a co-op career type thing, where we're going to be playing until we reach or win Division 1 as a team. And then on Sundays, we have NFL Sundays. And on NFL Sundays, we play Madden 24. The first episode we'll drop will be Superstar Career Mode. And on Superstar Career Mode, we're going to try and either get to 99 rated or win the Super Bowl. So that will be every single Sunday up until the point of when that finishes. So that is the new stuff that's been going on in the channel. Don't forget as well, on this channel as well, we have Football Manager 24 on here as well. We've got two saves, Reading FC and the Deportivo La Coruña save. With Reading FC, we are very, very close to gaining promotion to the Premier League. So make sure you go and check out to see if we can get the job done as well. Not only that, on the Deportivo La Coruña save, we are already in La Liga and we are really, really close to getting Champions League football in our very first season back in La Liga. So make sure, if you haven't seen any of the videos, that there are playlists in the channel. So make sure you go back and check that out as well. So, enough about that. Let's get into Reading FC news and my thoughts about what's been going on. So since the last time I spoke to you, there has been redundancies in Reading Football Club. And today I'm going to explain what my source has told me and what could potentially and what has been happening at Reading Football Club, according to my source and what's been going around on the news outlets as well. So, firstly, deep breath, breathe, let's get into it. My source messaged me 3 days before it was announced by the people that the chefs that are working in the training ground will not be there anymore. Due to the fact of what happened was when we got relegated from the Championship, Reading FC tried to make a deal with Levi Restaurants. They are what was commonly known as the Compass Group. Levi Restaurants agreed to a deal that would reduce the number of staff that would be going there and reduce the things that are happening, but still supply stuff for the training ground and for the stadium. That was agreed before the start of the season. When the season started and September hit, Reading never paid Levi restaurants. There was constant communication between Levi and the owner and the sporting director and finance, the CFO as well. So Dae Young Pang, Dai Young, and Mark Bowen was there to go around about it. Since September, no payments have been made. It got to December and Levi had enough. So they decided to change things up. So they took the chefs, after multiple warnings to Reading Football Club, they told them that this was going to happen. If they didn't pay, if nothing was going to change, this is what was going to happen. What happened was Reading did not listen. So in the end, Levi had enough of this, and they decided that they're going to be pulling the chefs out around Christmas time. But Levi did the amazing work of putting them into the stadium to make sure that they still had work and still weren't going without money. During that period, when Levi were not getting paid, they still paid the staff to carry on, of the chefs, and I think it was the cleaners as well. What also happened as well at the same time was there are 10 cleaners at the start of this season that were going through during the week, in the morning, at night, and during match days as well. If anything happened, they were there to clean it up. During the process of all of this, we now have 2 cleaners that are meant to be working 7 days a week. Or 6 days. There might be days where they don't work, due to the owner cutting things down. Now, Levi have got a lot of slack before from a lot of people, rightly or wrongly so. But one thing I will say is I have absolute respect for them for not only carry on paying the staff, even though they weren't getting any money back, but they also kept the staff on and put them into a different area so that they can learn, that they can carry on working and not miss that money out that much. Which, because of this has now resulted in the players bringing microwave meals and lunchboxes from home to make food at the stadium. For a League One team that was a Premier League team about 10 years ago, this is an utter disgrace. During this process as well, there are numerous members of staff that have had to go without pay. Ruben Sellers and Mark Bowen were one of those that have not been paid and have given the monies that they were meant to have received to the staff. The players are understandably angry and annoyed by the situation that is going on right now, because it is completely out of their control and it is ruining the routine that the players had to make sure that they are fit and ready to play a game for either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Saturday day. Now, this has caused a lot of friction here between the players and the owner. There are certain players that do want to stay and want to fight for Reading FC. But understandably, there are players that are trying to look for a way out of the door as quickly as possible so that they don't go out without work and are comfortable in the situation of playing football. After that was all announced, that there was going to be a mass selling. The reason for the mass selling that was being announced was to fund the wages for the club. That was complete and utter bollocks. The funding was for Dai Young to pocket more money before he sells the club in the end of January. That was what his aim was. That is what I have been told, and that was my source, and again proved correct, that when I got told this was in the beginning of December, the end of November, beginning of December, when I got told this. I didn't really know what to make of that. I didn't know if this was going to be completely true. But, and again, my source has come correct again with what I have been told. This also tells me that Dai Young has no intention to sell until he squeezes every single asset out of the club. It has also been reported that the Dai Young wants to sell the academy first, then he wants to sell the training ground, and then he wants to sell every inch of the first team players that he can make money from before even selling the football club. What broke the straw that broke the camel's back was Nelson Abbey, a Reading FC fan, a Reading FC player, and Reading FC captain, being sold to the vultures of Luton Town, who have come swimming at the point of when they can smell money and smell it. Nelson Abbey is also understandably upset by the things. He has offered to Reading FC to play for free, but Reading FC have turned him down and said, no, we want cash up front. There is also multiple clubs that are also in for Tom Holmes as well. A cash up front offer. And not only that, was the cash up front offer was that one of them would be loaned back to the club for the remainder of the season. Now, to me, this is a complete and utter disgrace. If you're going to sell a player, that's fine. But not when you're struggling already and you know that the only main reason of what you're doing here today is to make sure you can squeeze every inch of money out of this. There are multiple players that are apparently up for sale as well, with Harvey Nibbs, Sam Smith, Lewis Wing, Charlie Savage, Nelson Abbey, Tom Holmes. I can't remember the other one as well. Maybe Yedum. I don't know. I can't remember who the other one was. They have also been offered to clubs. The reason why this has also caused new mass outrage was the agreed sell, the reported agreed sell of Nelson Abbey was behind Mark Bowen and Ruben Sellers' back. They had no idea what was going on. They had no news of this actually happening until either the player or the agent informed Mark Bowen and informed the manager what was happening behind the back. It has also been reported that Kia Joorabchian is the only one that can still talk to the owner. The owner has not communicated anything within the football club since his time when he said he wanted to put the club up for sale. And at the same time, he has not spoken to anyone else apart from Kia Joorabchian. I have also been told, or there are multiple reports, that the only way Mark Bowen is able to talk to Dai is through Kia Joorabchian. Your own sporting director can't talk to the owner because of the fact he doesn't want to talk. So, that led to the protests. One of the best protests I've ever been to. One of the main protests that's ever had to happen. This will go down in history as the biggest protest in Reading FC if we survive. I met so many great people on that pitch. I met so many nice people. And then it all started to turn. Fans in the stand that were booing, telling us the off. Players on the pitch, people on the pitch getting angry at the people telling them to get off. Now, if you were one of those people that you're watching my video here today, that were in the stand telling people to get off, you need to really have a real hard think about what you were doing. The people on that pitch wanted to force the game to be abandoned for one reason and one reason only. And it has come true. The amount of media coverage we have been getting from Sky Sports, BBC, the football podcast with Gary Neville. Gary Neville talking about it on the Overlap on Sky Sports Special. Talking about it. You've got Alan Shearer, Gary Lineker, Michael Richards talking about it. Talk Sport, we'll get into more of them in a minute, talking about it. More and more people talking about it. Jeff Stelling completely went in on Sky Sports knowing that there was going to be a protest today, but not one single person was at the Madejski Stadium or Select Car Leasing Stadium on the day of the protest to cover it. Plus, many more people. Ian Wright has been massive in our favour, talking about it when we were on ITV against Eastleigh. He come out and defended what the protests we were doing. Joby McAnuff, former players, Josh Lauren, coming on Twitter saying that he can't believe what is exactly going on at the football club. Now, I blame Josh Lauren for leaving us at that time, but do you know what? Him coming out and speaking about it gives me more respect for that man than anyone else. Now, this is when Talk Sport get involved. They were doing a fantastic job of speaking to the players, the staff, not the players, speaking to the fans about what was going on. They kept me on hold for 25 minutes and didn't take my call in the end, but I was there ready to talk to them. We had Jim White that was defending us. And then let's talk about the other one, Mr. Simon Jordan. Mr. Simon Jordan has said on the show that he completely and utterly disagrees and think that it's an utterly ridiculous thing that Reading have done, the Reading fans did, by going on the pitch. Now, we all know that TalkSport are very, very clever with the people that they pair themselves up with. You'll get people that actually have actual knowledge, and then you'll have the Simon Jordans that are completely inept of actually having a brain for themselves and just thinking that they know it all. Antagonizing, trying to get a rise out of the fans, and I tell you what, he got one out of me on TikTok. But the man then had a conversation with a Reading supporter trust, and did he back down like a coward little rat? And that's the thing. And then the narrative started to change during the week. All of a sudden, you've got TalkSport talking about when Reading fans were chanting "Pay up Pompey" to Pompey fans. Now, not being funny, I think everyone did that. Derby fans, anonymous Derby fan has come on all of a sudden. Then you've got Wigan. Now, I don't think we've ever taken the mick out of Wigan, ever. Because I've always felt bad for Wigan. Always felt bad. The owners that they get picked is just utterly ridiculous. I don't think I've ever felt bad for them. Derby, yeah, my mistake at the time. I did that. Pompey, never done it. And the narrative then started to change where they started to blame us. And you could tell that this was what was going to happen. But TalkSport are the only ones that I saw that they changed the narrative around. And it was interesting. It was interesting watching that because I was like, okay, this is the time that they are now trying to do something against Reading. And it was a bit of a shame because then at the same time, Da Young Pang went on to TalkSport and told everyone that what we did has not helped the football club at all. Has not done anything that has really helped the club to push forward. It has made us worse. Coming from a guy that's working for a guy, and another quote from that interview that made me absolutely wet myself with laughter. If it didn't, I was gonna cry. Was when he turned around and said, and I quote, "We're going to try and sell it to someone to give it into the right hands." Yeah, that was the actual quote. Ironic, really, isn't it? But we are here today. We are still fighting. We're still going. We're still getting the name out there. I know that Star had a meeting with the EFL yesterday, going through whatever they wanted to go through and have a discussion. Rick Perry had to answer some questions in Parliament about the state of football at the moment due to the other clubs, and protests will keep going. My personal opinion, I don't know how long we've got. And at the same time, I don't know what else we can do. We've made the worldwide news media. We've got people talking. But I do not know what more we can do. And that is the sad state of football at this moment. You've got clubs that can just spend money as much as they want and never get in trouble for it. You've got people out there that have money and are ready to spend it, but they're being restricted because they can't do it. And then you have clubs that have no money and nothing, and they're being restricted because they're not helping them either. Football needs something or someone to come in to regulate whatever's going on. I also feel like football needs a system where owners can be put out over a vote from supporters. Where you are not the sole owner, the fans, the people are owners, and they can vote people in and out if they are doing a terrible job. Look at the Spanish football method, the German method, those type of methods that keep clubs in clubs, and you do not see the troubles that they are in. Maybe because we don't see it over here. I don't know. But we don't hear about it that much over here. But in English football, it is getting worse. We need to find a way that the fans have more say in the football club than a guy who thinks he has all the money in the world. You need fans to pull together and vote, and we need fans all there together. Now, I don't know how we're going to do that. I haven't got the answers. This is just me thinking out loud of what I would like to do. But I am worried for the future of Reading FC. I am worried that the next generations of Reading FC fans, my children, my grandchildren, my children's grandchildren, all of those type things, that they will not be a Reading FC for the next generation. And that worries me. But we all have to stick together. I said this before and I will say this again. If you ever need to talk about anything and you are struggling with your mental health, with anything that is going on with football nowadays, I am one button away for you to come on. Any DM, anywhere. TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube. You can send a comment in here and we can have a conversation. I don't mind. But we are all here and we will get through this together. Now, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. More content will be coming your way. Coming up in an hour's time will be the Reading FC Football Manager save, so make sure you go and check that out. And with that, with love, with care, my name's been Mark. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Let's hope we are here next week to do this video again. Peace.